What's going on? This is Gengar's watch list. I'm back here with my buddy Gengar here, and today we are going to be talking about Blue Lock, more specifically season 2 and why I am giving up on this anime now. Now, I'm going to talk about some other sports anime that are out there that I've watched that I do really recommend, that I think that are a lot of fun. And I'll say season 1 for Blue Lock, I really liked. I enjoyed season 1 a lot. I thought it was I played soccer as a kid. And so anytime one of the anime is a sport that I have some affiliation with, it always, makes it a little more enjoyable to watch. And season 1, I really like the premise. If you're not familiar with Blue Lock, basically, we'll go through the little description here. It says Japan's desire for World Cup glory leads the Japanese Football Association to launch a new rigorous training program to find the national team's next striker. 300 high school players are pitted against each other for the position, but only one will come out on top. Who among them will be the striker to usher in a new era of Japanese soccer? So I thought it seemed like fun. And that first season, you get invested in the characters that are there. And so you get invested in those characters, you're watching them grow. And yes, the skill level of the characters in the first season is definitely, you're like, why aren't these guys already pros? Like the stuff they're doing is just fairly ridiculous already. But you at least feel like they're growing. You feel like they're actually, they're growing as players, they're adding new skills, all this kind of stuff. See, and so honestly, I was really looking forward to season 2. This was one of the shows I was really looking forward to this season. And I started watching it, and I've noticed, like, on some of the subreddits, I don't really like to watch the episode recaps all that much with on those subreddits, because sometimes people spoil things that are in the future, that are in the manga or whatever. And but I noticed other people had some similar issues to me. One of them was the animation. Now, in season 1, there's definitely a lot of this like stop motion type scenes where they aren't actually animating, where it's like you see something happen and then the ball's in the back of the goal and that kind of thing. But season 2, it's been another level. I'm trying to remember which episode it was, because we've gone through in season 2, we've gone through 4 episodes. I actually stopped watching partway through the 4th episode. It looks like there's a 5th episode now. And so I think it was probably episode 2 or 3. It just there it was just like, it was just screen captures like over and over across the episode, and not a lot of actual motion. And I didn't really care for that. The other side of it is, in the season, you're introduced to all these new characters that you don't care about. And so they don't mean anything to me in this. You went up watching this main set of characters like growing in season 1, and now you're introduced to all these people you just don't care about. And it's made me lose interest in this one. Now, I don't know how other people feel about it, but that's how it's been for me. And there's so much stuff out there to watch that I tend to, if I find out I'm not enjoying something, I'll cut it, because there's enough other things out there that I can watch, either seasons I haven't seen for other shows, or new stuff that's out now that I want to try, that I'm just not going to stick with a show that really isn't interesting me anymore. And unfortunately, that's how I feel with Blue Lock right now. Now, maybe I'll come back and watch it during kind of like an off season or something, when there's not a lot out there, or I'm waiting for new episodes to come up. But I really am now struggling with this show. I don't think I can. I'm interested enough in it to really keep going. But like I said at the beginning, there are some other great sports anime out there. Now, I don't watch a lot of sports anime. There are some of them that I've seen. I know there are a lot of other ones out there that people really like, but I figured I'd call out a few of the ones that I've seen that I think are a lot of fun, that I've enjoyed watching. The first one, I'm also a runner, and so, like I mentioned in my prior episode, I watch a lot of this anime on the treadmill. This is one of my favorite anime I have ever seen. So it's called Run with the Wind, and it's basically about a running team and how they're building up and competing. And you can see here, this one too, 4.9 average rating, 4.9. Now, I'll say Blue Lock was at 4.8, but I feel like it's going to drop this season. I have seen general feeling seems to be that others also feel the same way as me. But Run with the Wind, it falls into a similar issue where they do seem to grow a little faster than what you would actually be able to in real life if you were trying to become a runner at the level that they're running. But I'm willing to suspend belief a little bit. And this one I highly recommend. Even if you're not into running, I think that you would still enjoy this, especially if you're into sports anime and kind of like slice of life type shows, because this definitely has that to it as well. It's not just, sports all the time. There's a slice of life element to it. There's a lot of emotion in this one. Like I do really, really like Run with the Wind. So highly recommend that one. The next one, and again, I apologize if I'm pronouncing names incorrectly. This is Haikyuu to the Top. This is a volleyball anime. Now, this one, I really do enjoy the pace that they put this at, because this is about high school volleyball players, and you do really feel like they are growing at around the pace that you might expect them to grow. And so that's something that I really appreciate with this one. Again, another one, 4.9 out of 5 stars on Crunchyroll. You can see here, based off the original Weekly Shonen Jump manga series, Haikyuu is a slice of life sports anime revolving around Shoyo Hinata's love of volleyball, inspired by a small stature pro volleyball player. And so he's a really short guy, but he's out there competing in volleyball. And I do often like these anime that have that slice of life element in it. It adds a lot to the story. It's not just sports. It's not just battles. And so that really is something that I enjoyed with this one. So definitely recommend checking this one out. I think it's a very, very solid sports anime. Now the next one here, we've got Sport Climbing Girls. And so this is one that I thought I wasn't expecting to like this one as much as I did, but I felt like they actually really, made you care about these characters and built them up throughout the season. This one's only 4.4 out of 5, but still above the 4. Like if you get below 4 stars, that's tends to be pretty bad on Crunchyroll. But you can see here, sport climbing is a sport that makes use of both the body and the brain to climb walls. Kasahara Konomi, a master at puzzles, just happens to discover her school's climbing wall, and it looks almost like a colorful sort of puzzle in her eyes. And so I thought this one was fun. I enjoyed this one. It is, like I said, it's only one season. I mean, it would be great if we got another season. I have no idea if that's in the future or what, but a lot of times we know that a lot of these anime exist just to sell like the manga or the light novel. So you don't tend to get second seasons a lot of the time, but I enjoyed this one. This is fun. Definitely recommend it. Next one here, Hinamaru Sumo. This is another one I did not expect myself to really enjoy, because I mean, I'm not into sumo wrestling. I don't know anything about sumo wrestling. It's another one where you've got basically a short stature guy competing in a sport that tends to have a lot taller or bigger build guys. And again, we got a 4.8 out of 5 on the Crunchyroll rating, but highly recommend this anime. I really enjoy it. I think this one's actually maybe 24 episodes. Yeah, 24 episodes. So you get a lot with this one. You get effectively 2 seasons of anime with this one. So definitely recommend that one, even if you're not into sumo wrestling, because I am not. I really did enjoy this high quality animation, great story building, storytelling throughout the season. Now the last one, I'll say this last one is probably not for I'll call it like a beginner anime watcher. I wasn't even sure really what I was watching when I was watching a lot of this one. This is called Ping Pong the Animation. So the animation style in this is not like what you'd expect. It's not like this is some super high quality animation. It's intentionally done this way. But there's just something about the storytelling in this anime. And I played a lot of ping pong when I was a kid. And so I feel like that was why I started watching it. And at first I was just like, what is this? Like, it's got a very different feel and vibe from a lot of the anime that I normally watch, but the story it kept me interested. So it's one that you may want to like give up on it after the first couple episodes, but I would recommend sticking through with it if you want to give this one a try. Again, you can see 4.8 out of 5 stars on Crunchyroll. So a lot of people seem to enjoy this one as well, but it's only 11 episodes. I would recommend this one. I felt like the storytelling was really great. You really do feel invested in the characters in this one, and that's despite the the animation quality or feel that you get with it. But yeah, overall, these are 5 different sports anime that I would recommend. And like I said at the beginning, I would even recommend watching Blue Lock season 1. I think you could enjoy Blue Lock just watching season 1, but for me, season 2 has just turned me off on it. It's just the combination of the animation and the players are just their skill level is just getting too high. It's kind of like getting to the level of ridiculousness that I've lost interest in it. But hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you check out some of these. If you do, make sure to leave a comment. Let me know if you like any of these. Are there any sports anime that you would recommend? And I will see you on the next one.